Dive into the hidden depths of metal, unearthing the finest underground albums from September 2025. Imagine stumbling upon a sonic universe that doesn't just play tunes, it pulls you into its core, reshaping your reality without a single word of explanation. That's the raw power of underground metal, and it's what makes this month's MiningMetal column an absolute must-read for anyone craving music that challenges and transforms. But here's where it gets controversial. What if the best art isn't the one that spells everything out, but the kind that lets you feel its intensity firsthand? MiningMetal. Check it out at https:/consequence.net/category/MiningMetal. Is our monthly spotlight from heavy consequence writers Langdon, Hickman and Colin Dempsey. We shine a light on fresh, groundbreaking releases from the fringes of the metal world. Think small indie labels, or even unsigned bands pushing boundaries that mainstream scenes overlook. Recently, Colin and I were chatting about books, when I casually mentioned my preference for stories that unfold from the inside out. What I mean is, I love works that dive deep into their own essence, drawing you in through pure immersion, rather than pausing to lecture or clarify. It's not about being elitist or excluding anyone. It's about that intense internal drive to envelop you in their imaginative realm through lived experience, not dry explanations. Music, believe it or not, illustrates this perfectly. Truly exceptional songs don't dissect their emotions for you. They make you live them. Picture this. You blast a track with lyrics in a foreign tongue you can't decipher. Yet through the melody's flow and the singer's magnetic delivery, you piece together a vivid tapestry of meaning and imagery. A song kicking off with a flat, straightforward line like, "I'm aiming to make you feel sorrow," would just come across as ridiculous. Hopefully as a joke, not like some modern novels that desperately plead for your sympathy because the author couldn't evoke it authentically. Reflecting on that casual remark, I realized it mirrors my love for art that overwhelms and consumes you completely. This often shines in experimental, progressive, and avant-garde creations, though it's not because those styles are inherently superior. It's just that they frequently nail this immersive quality. Music and mysticism have been intertwined since ancient times, from the rituals of Babylon and Greece to the ecstatic Dionysian and Orphic ceremonies. Folk tunes, too, serve dual purposes, chronicling everyday life while flooding the senses, acting as a natural psychedelic journey long before lab-made substances took over. This sensory overload fuels the fervor in church hymns, the chaotic symphony of bells in Buddhist temples, or the soaring vocals in Gregorian chants, each designed to immerse you so deeply that the spiritual essence of faith feels almost graspable, like gods and spirits are right there in the room. The widespread appeal of religion as a cultural force, setting aside debates on its factual truth, shows how this mental immersion resonates universally in art. You see echoes of it in nightclub vibes, where pounding bass and strobe lights might feel jarring when he's stone cold sober. But add a drink or two, or something stronger, and it morphs into a blissful bubble of sound and light, perfect for dancing until you're euphoric, or, well, regretting that last tequila shot on the curb. Either way, it's transformative, and this is the part most people miss. In that automatic, psychedelic haze of overpowering art, your inner self emerges. Subconscious elements, fleeting memories tied to scents, the lingering emotional weight of past traumas, or even bursts of ecstatic visions, suddenly surface into awareness. I've seen too many dear friends, both brilliant and battling demons, lost to substance abuse, to ever endorse drugs lightly. But this introspective dive often mirrors what they promise. It reveals that every person's life, and perhaps all life forms, is a swirling kaleidoscope of visions, passions, mythical shapes, and poetic fire. This shared brilliance in art underscores why atrocities like genocides, mass incarcerations, racist, transphobic, misogynistic, or imperial attacks on humanity's dignity are so utterly horrifying. Consider the masterpieces we've admired in creative works. Now, multiply that by the untold beauty silenced through oppression, whether by economic elites crushing workers and the destitute, racial divides tearing communities apart, gender inequalities, or any other form of division. These horrors connect because we're all part of the same interconnected world, returning to it in the end. It's far more astonishing if anything were truly isolated than if everything linked up, whether overtly or in subtle, abstract ways. Heavy metal, forever. Langdon Hickman. What do you think? Does art's immersive power truly bridge our shared humanity? Or is it just an illusion? And here's a controversial twist. Could the sensory overload in music be a safer high than actual psychedelics? Share your opinions, agreements, or disagreements in the comments below. We'd love to hear your take.